We are a week away from being able to see exactly what all of these teams do because the NFL will be coming to a close with the Super Bowl being played Sunday. And as we get ready to call it a wrap on the season, we want to look back at the players that are not there. Well, it depends. I don't know who's on people's list. And just recognize some of the players and coaches that have had an outstanding season. So we will now give you guys our NFL MVPs, Coach of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, and Rookie of the Year. Q, feel free to, you may have to come up with one on the spot, but yeah. But who do you want to start with, Nick?
Well, first I want to say, Lou, bro, I almost shed a tear when Ken said that and poured out a little liquor because the NFL season's coming to an end, bro. It's a sad day when we got to talk about
45 minutes. When we go 45 minutes at the top of the show with basketball, it's damn near over.
Like, and we talking about a fat white guy at that.
I shut up so we can move on.
Players in the league, though.
I shut up so we can move on and get back to the football.
You know what that told me? He fat.
But he's still great.
Don't worry, Lou. We got Dallas' spring game in about 3 weeks. We had some football.
Since Sean want to talk shit, let's start with him. Let's start with his list.
All right, we're gonna do my list, man.
I think he put them all on one graphic.
Oh, he just put all together. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna have to just talk about one on one. I guess we just start off with the weakest one or the most. That was the first one. Yeah, let's start at the top then.
Who? Coach of the Year?
The MVP.
Oh, y'all want to start with the MVP?
We can do that last if you want to.
Oh, yeah, everybody's pick is
let's
on
do the MVP.
I thought it was.
I misunderstood.
Let's do Coach of the Year then.
Okay, we'll do Coach of the Year. Boom.
Man, I sent my shit in, bro.
I like how Jalen be putting those shit that's like off of Madden when you too long into the franchise mode and they just ain't got no picture of the nigga.
It's Black History Month, so I'm not gonna make this joke, but there's a joke.
It is definitely there. It is definitely there.
I'm gonna ask you, Mike Tomlin.
I'm about to say Mike Tomlin.
Yo, see, here y'all go. I was gonna say Todd Bowles, but y'all niggas.
The graphic looks good, Jalen, by the way. So we got Andy Reid. Who is that guy next to? Who is that?
Kevin O'Connell.
Okay, Kevin O'Connell.
You don't even know the fuck he look like. That shit
bad. Hey, that lets you know right there.
Is that Dan Quinn? That's Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
And then
Andy Reid.
Yeah, whoever this other guy is.
Who you have, Fivo?
I have Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. So 2 Kevin O'Connells and 2 Dan Quinns. All right.
I got Dan Quinn also, guys. So
okay,
yeah.
I was just trying
let me ask you the question for the Dan Quinn people before we go to Kevin O'Connell. Was that before the season ended or after this, or like after their season ended?
In the middle of.
Okay.
In the middle of, because
the
I
regular season.
I thought they were going to be complete shit. So
yeah.
I'm 100% wrong.
Okay.
Right.
So wait, hold on. So y'all looked at this like through mid-year? I thought we was looking at it through the end of the year.
Yeah, mine was at the end of the year.
I mean, I started to turn that way.
That's what I'm asking. Like, when did you start thinking like?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you said, so Sean, it was the end of the playoffs for you.
No, the end of the regular season.
Regular season.
Okay.
Yeah, these are regular season awards, bro. This.
I'm just making sure. I'm just trying to make sure we're like whose timeline is on what. Because I
was Spike picked Tom Cruise or somebody. Who the fuck is
Spike picked the villain of Daredevil season 3.
I can't believe y'all niggas is picking white man luck. Jaden Daniels carried this dude. Like this is flat out white man luck, bro. I just picked a right job. I got a superstar, generational quarterback.
But what I'm saying,
bro. We've seen Dan Quinn shit his pants in several situations. Most namely with the Cowboys last season against Green Bay. Most namely
last year.
28-3 versus the Falcons. Like, he's not a good coach, bro. He just stumbled
Spike
upon a
right.
good situation. What y'all
No,
talking
you
about?
can't.
I'm
right.
I mean, you giving wasn't it Kevin O'Connell? When that's all Brian Flores. That's all Brian Flores.
Get Q the fuck up off of here,
That's
bro.
That's all Brian Flores, right?
What the hell is you talking about?
It's the same logic, right? I'm talking back, right?
Same thing.
What Sam Darnold was when they got to the playoffs.
Man,
what Kevin O'Connell was able to do throughout the regular season, winning 14 games, that was him being a hell of a coach.
Was Sam Darnold?
Well, he had FIFO, in all fairness, they had one of the best wide receiver in the league. They had one of the best defenses.
Hold on, son. You knock it out of turn.
But you don't have a quarterback.
Okay,
who thought that Sam Darnold was going to be the guy that he
We've
became
seen Minnesota do this, though.
And also, okay.
And guess who the coach was?
So what do they have in Washington?
Guess who the coach was when they did it? It was him, O'Connell. He's done this before.
Was Kevin O'Connell the coach when Case Keenum went to the NFC Championship game?
Nah, he was there.
Exactly. They didn't did this shit before. I don't give a fuck, bro. They haven't done this shit before.
Let me say this about Dan Quinn, because I hear what Spike Lou's saying. He's not necessarily wrong. My thing is, I look at Dan Quinn is that he's always been a part of a turnaround program.
Yeah.
When he was in Atlanta ain't been the same since he left. Great as it was, as bad as it was, Atlanta ain't been the same since he left. In Dallas, them 3 years where y'all was winning 12 plus 10 plus games, he was a part of that defense. Now, again, you judging them off the regular season. Oh no, we're judging them off the regular season. You're talking about playoff shit, Lou. That's where you obviously that's a different conversation.
He talking about years.
I get that, but I get that.
But he piss his pants when it's important.
But I get that. But you're talking about
just
the
like
playoffs.
You did this year.
But you're talking about the playoffs. You're not talking about the regular
season.
Because the regular season, he's good regular season. My thing is that no one thought that Washington, after winning just 4 games last year, was going to triple that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane to say that, especially in that division.
Yeah.
Especially with a rookie QB. So I'm not taking nothing away from Jaden Daniels. I know how I feel about Jaden Daniels.
And people believe that Jaden Daniels could have beat the Eagles too. A lot of people believe
a lot away from Jaden Daniels.
I'm just saying. Hold on, real quick. I'm giving Dan Quinn 2 things, Shelton. I'm giving him 1, he knows how to build a fucking coaching staff, and 2, he's always been around a turnaround program.
Yes, and to add on to your point, Nick, he revitalized Ertz's career. He brought back Bobby Wagner. These guys, they didn't have another name on that team. It's not like you had names to pull from Washington. Jaden Daniels was your name.
What are y'all talking about?
He's a rookie, though.
Jaden Daniels. And when it was time for him to step up, when Dan Quinn was supposed to do his job and be a defensive coach, he gave up 3 rushing touchdowns to Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts.
When?
Like, where was he at in the last game?
You still talking about the playoffs? This is a regular season award.
Y'all giving him a pass because it's a regular season award. It don't matter. We know what type of Dan Quinn is.
The Commanders were terrible.
Spike, I picked the same coach as you, but let's keep it at the regular season. Look, the reason why the right choice is Kevin O'Connell is because we saw him do it with Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Or no, I'm sorry, my bad, Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like we saw him do it with Kirk Cousins, that we all questioned how good of a quarterback he was. He went down with an Achilles tear. They go and get Sam Darnold, and even before Sam Darnold, they drafted JJ McCarthy, and JJ was like, "Oh shit, is he the best quarterback out this class?" When we saw him in preseason. So we know that at bare minimum, he is a quarterback whisperer supreme. Now, the play calling and this, that, and the third, he could get a little bit better when it comes to that. But who the hell had the Minnesota Vikings winning 14 games and challenging for the number 1 overall seed in the NFC? Nobody had that. And that's all because you could give Justin Jefferson this, that, and the third. That's a Ferrari on the outside. Somebody got to start the engine and put gas in the car. And nobody thought Sam Darnold could do that. So the fact that Kevin O'Connell could do that with damn near any quarterback under the helm, he is definitely the coach of the year.
I'm just saying, what's the difference? What was the difference between Kevin O'Connell last year and this year? Like, I don't think there's that's what I'm saying. I don't think there's a big difference.
The biggest difference is that Kirk Cousins is a known commodity. We know he's middle of the pack. We know that he's gonna be solid. We know that he could get you to the playoffs. Is he a Super Bowl winning quarterback? No. But Sam Darnold?
But so is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's a known commodity. The commodity is just not good. Yes, he is. He is a known commodity. He's played for teams, and we know that he's not a
playoff. But we know that he's not a playoff quarterback.
Neither
Sam Darnold was definitely out the league.
That's what I'm saying, Nick. That's what I'm saying. I've seen this before from multiple situations in Minnesota where they've gotten scrap guys and they've gotten to NC championship games. They got into second rounds. You don't remember Case Keenum losing 41-7 against the Eagles in 2018? Like this situation has happened before. And I'm not saying that he's not worthy of. I'm not saying he's not worthy of a top 3 slot. I'm saying that I don't think anybody, not even Minnesota fans, believed it. I think that it always felt Cinderella.
Reason why he should be.
Nah, man, when you believed Dan Quinn, y'all sat up on this panel, not necessarily you, Spike, but a lot of people sat up on this panel. People sat up on national media, and they believed in the Commanders. They believe, they could maybe beat the Eagles. Oh shit, they beat the Lions. I believe now. When Minnesota was doing
behind that belief.
Well, the belief was the fact that Jaden Daniels was the engine for sure, but Dan Quinn brought order and structure to that team. The defense was playing better, and they were mediocre as fuck with what's his name?
Their why though. Like their why wasn't because of Dan Quinn. I can honestly say the why behind Minnesota is Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, we can't really say that. I'm sorry, Sean. We can't really say that that's not the truth because we don't know a world where Jaden Daniels is a QB not with Dan Quinn.
Exactly.
But like the issue is that we see what Dan Quinn brings to certain programs. Dallas looked considerably worse on defense when he left. So he clearly brings value on that side of the ball. And I'm not trying to have y'all discount what every offensive line and every offensive player was saying the first 7 weeks. Yo, Brian Flores is calling some crazy fucking defenses. That's not all Kevin McConnell too. So it's all the situation. It's the QB. Yeah, it's like your staff. So you know,
Shelton.
I was just looking at the schedule too. Minnesota's most impressive win was against Green Bay a couple times. I was trying to see. I was trying to figure out a way because both of them are up there. I'm not saying that they're not
top
in
3
consideration, but that's all I was going to say.
Most impressive win in Washington.
You know what, Spike? It don't even matter because you know what happened when the season was over. The guys that got credit. How do I want to put this? Kevin O'Connell got credit for Sam Darnold for the regular season, and Sam Darnold turned around and let him down in the playoffs. Dan Quinn got credit in the regular season for Jaden Daniels, and Dan Quinn turned around and let Jaden Daniels down in the playoffs. So both of the guys that they ended up showing who they are at the wrong time.
He could have said it better.
Y'all keep on talking about playoffs, though. That's
exactly what happened.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying they're flaws.
I will say this, and I feel like I'm one of the few people that said it. Not only did Sam Darnold let Kevin O'Connell down, Kevin O'Connell let Sam Darnold down too with the play call. And I said that in that game about that game. It was too many damn passes. We saw early on you had to slow down the game for Sam Darnold because the moment was too big. And as a play caller, he didn't do that. But again, this is not playoff.
You're not wrong.
Well, I'll say this
real quick. You're not wrong, FIFO, but he was able to notice as a coach that Darnold, he felt like he had to call him out of it. Like I have to give him plays he's comfortable with and call him out of it. And then Darnold still didn't perform. Like he was calling plays that he'd been hitting all year, and he just was holding the ball. He was like a deer in the headlights. So I get what you're saying, and it's not wrong, but I feel like that O'Connell, he felt like I'm good enough. You should be good enough for us to overcome this, and Darnold never did.
Then he had like almost 50-some pass. Like, nah, bro, that's too much for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's not that guy. He's not that guy.
We already. I was gonna say, Ken, it's a cop out that you picked Andy Reid. You ain't shit. But go ahead. He gonna pick Andy Reid like that's like, come on, bro. Like, are you kidding me?
Nobody even mentions Andy. No, Ken got a point too, though. Like that, people try people try to dismiss what Andy Reid has done, bro. He lost one game this season too, just because he benched his players.
And he had all those injuries.
Who plays for the Chiefs, bro, other than Patrick Mahomes?
We know hella people that play for the Chiefs.
Chris Jones, they got Nick Duffy, Pacheco, DeAndre Hopkins. Like, we're not going
to was hurt. They didn't have Hopkins. They lost Rashee Rice. Worthy was a rookie. They lost Hollywood Brown.
Jaden Daniels, and they went to the NCAA championship game.
Kelsey was washed.
No one thought they was going to be there. That's what I'm saying. It's just teams you never believed in. Nobody on this panel believed Sam Darnold would come through. Everyone started to believe in Jaden Daniels.
Where are we going next, Nick?
Let's do comeback player of the year.
All right. Comeback player of the year. All that shit I was talking, I got Sam Darnold.
Hey,
I got Sam Darnold too.
You go ahead.
I got Sam Darnold.
Go ahead.
Don't mute me. I gotta talk. Cause I knew y'all was gonna look at me the way y'all looking at me like this.
Disgusting.
I'll say this. He was literally injured last season. Was he not, Shelton?
he was in.
He went out last season. They were on a roll too. They after starting 0-3, they were like when they beat San Francisco on the road. They were making waves, and then he got hurt in that Ravens game. And then obviously the season went to shit, even though they still had a winning record. This is the pure definition of comeback player. He came back from an injury and he balled out. How is that?
This is not because the NFL has changed what the definition is, because they used to give it to the guy that got hurt and then came back and had a decent season. Joe Burrow hasn't fallen off. You know what I'm saying? Like this is for a guy like Sam Darnold that everybody else on the panel selected. A guy that was basically out the league and resurrected his career and is looking at the biggest payday in his entire life. That is the definition of comeback. Joe Burrow, you still considered a top 3 quarterback with or without the injury. So get the hell up out of here. You the one that copped out, and you being a homer. Shut his damn mic off.
Hold on.
I'm gonna ride with Nick. I'm gonna ride with Nick on this one, and I'll give it to Joe Burrow too.
I'm gonna say the reason why. Hey Lou. The reason why I can't say Sam Darnold is because nothing changed about Sam Darnold to me.
Hey, but Nick,
Nick, you didn't believe it. Nobody believed it.
Huh?
Nick, what was their record when he got hurt? What did they finish it that year?
Who? They was
The
like
Bengals.
at the time it was like I think they were 5-5.
What did they finish that year?
They finished 9-8.
Walker.
What they finished this year? What they finished this year with?
Yeah, what they finished this year?
They finished 9-8.
They didn't come back from nothing.
We talking about the player. We're not talking about the team.
The player.
Yeah, and I'm saying, and all I'm saying is that what he proved to me, Sheldon, is something that because you there was something that you said that after you said it, you couldn't say it no more, and I was waiting for you to bring it up because it was his durability. You were always saying like the reason why I don't have Joe Burrow top 5 or
his
Jalen Hurts,
availability.
he's like because I don't know if he can last the whole season.
Yeah,
well, he proved that he could last the whole season.
Yeah,
and he was still getting hit and everything else too.
But he was top 3 before the injury. He's still top 3 after the injury. And obviously this season,
some people don't think he's top 3. Some people don't think he's top 3
he's
because
top
they
5.
blind. Because
no one would consider him not top 4. He's top 4 easily.
Yeah, but he used to be top 2.
No.
And now he's a comeback player of the year.
Yeah, he slipped. He slipped.
Hey, Q said you co-signed the bullshit.
He the slip back player. He slip back.
Q, is he MVP? No, I'm not saying he's MVP. He's a comeback. He's a comeback kid.
I'm just gonna have a Darnold bias, bro. I'm not.
I didn't learn nothing about Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold ain't do shit. He played all the good games for what?
To me, it was. It was just the situation around.
You can make the same thing about Joe Burrow. He did all of that for what? For what? He had the number 1 wide receiver.
It looked different though.
Come on, man. Yes, it looked drastically different. Don't act like Joe.
Get out of here.
Sam Darnold's best season is Joe Burrow's worst season. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So that's why I can't give it to Joe.
So
same reason people said. That's why we can't give it to him.
Because he came back from injury. That's my definition.
He just looked. He always looked. So
I think that's what the NFL says too. I think the NFL defines it also as coming back from injury. Some people come back from incarceration. You know what I mean? So like some crazy shit be going on.
Injury. They changed the injury thing. Look at how the NFL defines it now.
What's next?
Let's do defensive player of the year.
I don't see this one.
Uh-oh.
We got offensive player of the year then?
We do have that.
We got defensive. Well, we put in.
Well, shit. Oh, while
I don't see a graphic for
that,
so y'all can go ahead and name yours.
Defensive player of the year.
Nick, do you want to know what the chat feels in terms of AD versus Cat?
What they say?
87% AD is a better player with 46 votes. So get the fuck up out of here, Cat.
You said is the poll still going on?
They got it's still going on.
Yeah, all right,
it ain't gonna change.
Give me the end result. Give me that result.
Yeah, it ain't gonna change.
So yeah, I think the graphic for that one did not upload, but I'll go ahead and name my defensive player of the year, and then Nick, you go and then Spike, then Q, then FIFO, then Shelton. I had Trey Hendrickson.
Oh wow.
Same here.
That's interesting.
Spike?
I had Pat Surtain.
I had Pat Surtain.
I got Trey Hendrickson.
I got Zach Bond.
I'm not mad at you. I'm riding with you, Sheldon, but no,
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at you.
Hey, Q.
I ain't mad
Now,
at
Q, answer me this, right? Because you can attest their success. Q, he has made damn just as many plays as Saquon, right?
We've been coming here saying it every week, bro. We know.
He's been a revelation. He's been a revelation.
He's been a revelation. He's been really good this year.
Yeah, he's
But
made
he is
plays.
not
on
even-
the
he
field.
is
I'm not
not a
mad at
defensive
that.
player of the year.
I'm not mad at that.
He's a solid player on a team with a lot of really good players.
He's forced a lot of fumbles. He's got a lot of sacks this year.
He has a lot of talent.
Shelton, I looked.
I
I know because I looked into it. I've heard people talking highly about everything that he's done. But defensive player of the year is a stretch,
Bro,
I don't want to shit on the season.
No.
He on this season. He was really good.
Yeah, the only reason I say it is because, like I said, you can attribute a couple of those wins to him directly, just his play alone, like plays that he's made in crunch time, be it recovering a fumble, creating a fumble.
It sounds funny, but it's true though, bro.
It's true. I'm
laughing.
It sounds funny.
You know why I'm laughing. That's
Yeah,
it sounds funny.
It's true.
It's funny, but that's the funniest thing you said.
What I said.
What you said, bro? You said Zach Bond. That's the
No. Hey, Q. Has he not probably single-handedly won at least 2 or 3 games?
Like the New Orleans game, he balled the fuck out for sure. And I would say that on the defensive side of the ball, Zach Bond's ability to punch the ball out, be around fumbles, secure fumbles, cause fumbles, the sacks, interceptions, everything. The Jacksonville game he's turned a lot of momentum towards our way. So I'll give him that nod. I'm not mad at you.
Let's move on, Ken. I ain't this joke went on too long. Offensive player of the year. Oh my gosh, this nigga said Zach Bond.
Wait. Before we move on, what did Trey Hendrickson do? Why would y'all pick him?
Trey Hendrickson led the league in
had no help.
He's the only.
No help.
Name me another defensive player on the Bengals, Shelton. There's a level of them.
Did it translate to win?
Yeah, some of them he won them a few games.
but Myles Garrett won it last year. Did that translate to wins?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a player, bro. We're not talking about teams.
Trey Hendrickson to Myles Garrett. Wow.
No, but hold on. But that was my justification for also selecting Trey Hendrickson because
we gonna see how much
Trey Hendrickson. Zach Bond had 5 forced fumbles.
Okay, that's all good.
And
Trey
5
Hendrickson, but
recoveries.
they had how many UGA players did they draft?
One at a time.
Okay.
How
How many UGA players do the damn Eagles have? Number one. Number two, we've talked about the Eagles being top to bottom one of the best rosters probably ever constructed, right? And on Cincinnati, like Nick just said, bro, who is on that D line? Who's in the linebacking core? Who's in the secondary? That boy Trey Hendrickson had no help, and he led the league in sacks. Bro, that is an accomplishment.
I agree.
Not defensive player of the year accomplishment though. It's just not.
I agree.
Yeah, Ken, he's saying Zach Bond though. Let's what I said. Let's move on to the offensive player.
Tackles to 100. And let me see how many Zach Bond had. Let me just
Sacks matter. Leading the league in sacks matter.
Yes.
When it matters to Shelton.
No.
In this particular situation, when the guy that's leading the league in sacks, now all of a sudden it's just like, this is whatever. Like it don't even matter. It's an irrelevant stat.
It don't when it doesn't translate to wins.
Shelton has sat here on this program and constantly cited sacks and this, that, and other, and now it doesn't matter.
No, 33 tackles to 151 tackles. It's not going to be the same because it's 2 different positions, but still, your ability to affect the game matters most to me in the Defensive Player of the Year award, and that's why I give it to him. Henderson had a great season with those sacks, but at the same time, I just don't see that being enough for me to vote him Player of the Year.
Sheldon, is Zach Bond better than Roquan Swift to you?
What, this year?
This year, I take
overall.
him.
This year,
Over this year, I take him.
Yeah, this year, yes.
Would you take him over Fred?
So Zach Bond is the best linebacker in the NFL
I'm trying to get to
this year.
I don't know
this season.
I don't know if See, those are two separate arguments. If somebody is a better player,
I'm talking about this season. I'm just talking about this season.
I know, but the year somebody had doesn't always necessarily mean that the person's a better player.
Right.
So, but I'm just saying that the year Zach Bond has had has been really fucking good, bro. And it does deserve a look for Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not saying that if you don't think that he deserves it, fine, cool. I love Pat Surtain personally, just the way he was able to shut down that whole side of the field. Yeah. But it's like Zach Bond deserves a look, bro.
Let's go to Offensive Player of the Year, bro. I think we talked about Zach Bond more than his mama.
He's signed for $1.6 million, bro. Like that's just crazy.
That goes to Harry.
He got all those elite guys around him. It makes his job way easier.
And he's the best one.
But anyway, offensive, and now he's the best player on that team. Y'all are
no.
That's what y'all just said. Offensive Player of the Year.
The defensive tackle had a better year than him.
They didn't even mention Jalen Carter.
Carter is the best player in y'all defense.
I said that he had the best season. He was the best
player. Not necessarily you, Q.
But one last thing. When I was very suspect about the defense the first 4 weeks of the season before we got the bye week, the one player on defense really it's two. The two players who showing up was Quinyon and Zach Bond. I was very sheepish on Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, and Jalen Carter. I thought that, all right, did we drive some bus here? But Fangio got it together and everyone started gelling. But Zach Bond and Quinyon were the only ones from the Green Bay game till the fourth week that showed up every week. We can move on.
Offensive Player of the Year. And before we have to close out the show, Ken, we got to talk about the Myles Garrett thing. But
future Eagle.
Probably I would
future Eagle.
But we got Offensive Player of the Year. FIFA, who'd you say?
Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner.
All right, so Luke, I'm gonna start with you. Why the hell you picked Lamar Jackson?
He had a hell of an offensive year. Most valuable player. I'm not sure if I would put him there. Spoiler alert, but as far as what we've seen a quarterback do, I don't think it could be you can't hold anything to that. Him playing that position in the regular season, not necessarily in the playoffs, it looks different. The game looks slower. It looked like he can do anything that he wants to at some points in the season. Yeah, he lost the game, but I think that's because he has an average-ass coach that don't give him good schemes.
This ain't about all that, Lou. We asking about Lamar.
Okay, I'm telling you, the reason why he lost games and it may not look like they do this season. I think as far as offensively, he's the most unstoppable player probably in the league.
I don't think we need to touch on or to speak on Saquon. Because it's just obvious. I'll just say this about Jamar Chase: it's a triple crown. There's only 4 other niggas until Jamar that did that before. So I like to reward. If Saquon broke the record, I would say Saquon. Like he would have got my MVP.
Y'all getting on me about Zach Bond, but Nick done picked 3 Bengals in this whole thing. Y'all ain't
and he got jumped on for Joe Burrow too. Let's not.
That's what I'm saying.
They did jump on him for Joe Burrow. But Nick, you're 100% correct. The triple crown is great. And if he would have broken the record, you're right. In my head, I'm like, bro, he did sit down. Like, he intentionally didn't break the record. So I gave him credit for something he didn't do because it was clearly there. That's why I went with Saquon.
And I blame Nick Sirianni for that. Because you saw Zach Taylor said, yeah, the season may be over, but we're going to let Jamar Chase get this triple crown if we can say
something. He ain't got nothing else to play for, Nick.
Nick Sirianni.
Stat padding. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. It's a hell of a stat pad. My thing is this though, Shelton. We talking about like when Barkley said, bro, he was like, bro, my daddy was looking forward to it kind of because he was like, bro, like we would have had our family name in the record books. You know what I'm saying?
If he wins Sunday, it don't matter.
So if he lose Sunday, then what?
If he lose Sunday, still one of the greatest studs, one of the great. He could still break Terrell Davis's.
Look,
he has about 4 records that he can break Sunday.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Sheldon. That's fine, Sheldon. That's fine, Q.
Guess what? The only thing that matters Sunday is him winning.
To me, y'all talking as Eagles fans. I'm talking as a Saquon fan. I wanted to see him break.
Just as a fan of the sport, like I would rather if you feel like as an organization, you don't want your player to get hurt against his old team. I'm not playing with karma like that, dude. I'm not trying to gloat and get the record on you when we're in pursuit of a title and it's very much so realistic. So it's like go rest yourself for 1 week, get prepared for Green Bay.
Fuck all that, bro.
Because Nick be the first one as soon as he get hurt, Then they'd be like, man, that's just so crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
Man, can't believe Saquon tore his Achilles against the fucking Green Bay, man.
I'm gonna say this, Q, because Ken, did they not run him? They got 60 times a game, and you want to use one game to be like, oh no, let's ease it up. let's hold back. If you can do something for you, but for us, we gonna have you run 60 times a game.
Those were necessary.
They were not necessary.
Those were necessary to win the game. Yeah,
no, they weren't.
It's a mission. We're trying to get to.
I can't knock him for it, but he would have got it. But
yeah, he would have.
But you can't ignore the Triple Crown. It's. I mean,
I'm gonna go
Cooper Kupp did it, so it's legit.
And to add to the Triple Crown, to me, it was how they utilized Jamar Chase. Like he literally was all over the field. They put him in the slot a lot more this year. They put him in motion. Huh?
Jamar Chase was your guy too?
Yeah, Jamar Chase was my guy. Yep. So to me, it was the Triple Crown, but on top of it, it was just how they utilized them. Like he literally, and if y'all not subscribed, y'all should go subscribe to the Steve Smith YouTube channel. Like the way he breaks down wide receivers is amazing. Obviously, he was one of the most underrated to ever do it. And the way he broke down Jamar Chase changed my perspective. And I was like, you know what? He is right. Like he is right. So
hey, sorry, y'all. Mine is opposite. I didn't have Saquon as my offensive player of the year. Saquon, I had Lamar Jackson. So Lamar Jackson was my offensive player of the year.
I had Saquon.
When did you just realize that?
I did. I just realized it looking back. Well, I don't know. I was like, well, maybe we on to something else because I didn't have him for that, but I had him reversed.
You must have sent that to him, nigga. So
no, I sent it to him right. I'm looking at it.
All right.
Damn, Jay.
You slipping, Jay. That's what he's trying to tell you live on air.
Let's
move on to.
He made a point to call you out, Jay. He ISO.
Let
me make sure people know.
Yeah, let's go
to the rookie of the year if we can.
Yeah, we don't have a.
This should be a sweep, right?
I was trying to see if we can get it. Yeah, the only one I have left, the MVP picks and the Super Bowl picks. But I had Jaden Daniels. I don't know if anybody had anybody.
It should be a sweep.
It's unanimous.
Unless you want to give us Caleb or no.
No, not at all. Jaden Daniels all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do MVP then.
Yeah. Quinn Young, my defensive player of the year. Rookie.
MVP.
Here we go. Joe Burrow, Nick.
That's right. That's what I had.
Oh my God, Nick. How could you sell out like
I'm not
that?
mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you.
Oh my God.
So hold on. Before all of the commentary, let me tell y'all who I selected Lamar Jackson, the only right pick here, but okay. Lamar Jackson.
I'll say this because me and people got to talk because
it's been right if you got it in.
The good one.
So
hey Nick, that's crazy.
Let me talk, Lou. I know it's Black History Month. I got to make my case, bro.
He's one of the good ones. Leave him alone.
I got the papers in my hand for my case.
That's Ivy League Nick coming out.
I believe you disrespected this platform.
I was crunching the numbers, Lou.
We got to get it back.
I got all these papers. Here's what I'll say.
Y'all just mad Nick doesn't want to vote for a thug.
He Ivy League now. Ivy League.
Here's what I'm saying.
Damn, that's crazy. You've been away from Atlanta too long, bro.
My thing is this, Lou. I'm gonna say two things that I don't normally say on this program. One, I have to agree with FIFO. I was wrong on the Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Jets, Bills thing. So wrong, so that Allen exceeded my expectations and he took a team to the championship game.
Can we clip that?
I'm going to give credit where credit's due as far as Josh Allen in that moment, which is why I gave him all that criticism last week when he didn't do the fucking thing to get the job done. Like you can't drag a team there and then say like, oh shit, I need Dalton Kincaid to save me. I will say this about the reason why I didn't pick Lamar. Same reason why I didn't pick Sam Darnold for comeback player of the year. So what did I learn different about Lamar Jackson? He don't show up when you need him to do. And how many MVPs can we give a nigga who can't even get to the fucking Super Bowl? He was like to me, like listen,
like you were telling me earlier. You just told me that.
I'm saying this for this one context, Lou, this one exception. When you give a QB 3 MVPs in 5 years or 6 years, you're putting him in rare air as far as saying like he is like top 8 of all time or top 5 of all time in them conversations. And I don't as great as Lamar Jackson is, I don't think we're saying that, which is why I'm like, I'm not going to give him an award or put him in that conversation if I don't really believe it. So that's why I'm like, this is a year that Josh Allen realistically probably is the only time he's going to get an MVP award, and he deserves it this year more so than Lamar Jackson.
For the white man. You feel sorry for the white
He
man.
said,
That's crazy.
Nick said, I don't even think Lamar can read a defense. So
So Nick, since I was the only other person to pick a quarterback, let me go. Look, I will agree that Josh Allen did a lot with a little, right? Like he had a rookie wide receiver out there that struggled a lot of the season. They traded midseason for the guy from Cleveland. I can't think of his name. You know, I'm bad with names.
Cooper.
Yep, for Cooper, Amari Cooper. And he did a lot, bro. Like you said, you know, he got him to the AFC Championship game. It happened, you know, with Pat Mahomes, and I was the one that, if you want to say shot him bail, I shot him a lot of bail. But to me, if we're looking at the regular season, yes, Lamar had more help, but Lamar was more spectacular. Like, I think he only threw 4 picks. One of those picks was on him. The other 3, like, it had nothing to do with him.
What about the losses?
The one was in the playoffs too, so that don't even count.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So we're not exactly. We're talking regular season. In the regular season, Lamar Jackson was more spectacular, in my opinion, and he was just more. He was, bro. We call him Super Negro. Like we literally dubbed him that.
Also, the white man call him that.
You calling that?
Hey, this we all co-sign. We all co-sign that name. We all co-sign that name. But at the end of the day, man, to me, he just had a more spectacular season, and that's the only reason why I picked him. I'm not saying Josh Allen isn't worthy.
Can I say this one thing, Q? Because it's gonna stand on something that Shelton always talk about. The nigga won more games with a shittier team. Like,
I can't believe this is the most surprising thing I've been a part of on Dead End Sports. Like, you shooting him bail. That is fucking you picking Josh Allen. That is crazy.
First of all, it's a regular season award. That's what we're talking about. And second of all, listen, if I came into the season before the season started with the rosters that we seen, and I said, Shelton, bet $100 that Josh Allen gonna win 2 more games than Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, what would you say? Bet 200.
Yeah, you're right. Now that part,
and he did.
You know, Spike. Nick is just saying, like, it's just something about that Lamar guy I don't trust. You know, I just really trust that Josh Allen dude, man.
And he got the do-rag on and everything. That was purposeful, kid. He did that on purpose, kid. He put a do-rag on so we would excuse him for voting for Josh Allen. But that's Nick. God.
I'm trying to keep it a beat. Hey, kid, this is what happens when I'm fine being in this role, being this kind of dude, because I have to keep order for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take all the shots.
You're the one that creates the chaos.
You're not that off, because I had Josh Allen typed out for similar reasons, that he was able to do a lot with nothing. And Lamar Jackson did have a little bit more. Lamar Jackson's numbers were crazy. But in doing that, I realized that we're talking about MVPs, and this is the one opportunity to not just always award an MVP to a quarterback when there's another guy that's deserving. And you take Saquon off that Eagles team, bro. It's a completely different team.
Absolutely.
That like, it's clearly Saquon.
Facts.
Yeah, he had a great.
Nick said clearly. Nick said the Super Bowl without Saquon, though. And the majority of the team looked the same without Saquon.
This is this year. We're just talking about this year, FIFA, and that's why you got to give it to him. He had a superhuman season. He balled out, and he just deserved it for me. I did, like I said, I gave Lamar Jackson Offensive Player of the Year, and the reason why I did that was because of what you said. Those very reasons. He didn't turn the ball over, and he had a hell of a season. But to me, MVP goes to Saquon.
Yeah, Saquon's my MVP too, just because of the fact that without him, the entire like DNA of the team is different. Like, we have to rely more on the passing game. The defense might be stressed more. It exposes some things that we not really, seeing because of Saquon. And man, it's just one last thing though. Nick said It's MVP, not DEI, motherfucker.
with the hard R on the end.
Yeah, man. Get out of here.
That was really good, Q. That was dope.
I knew he had one more. That's all I was like, no.
What I was saying,
Nick, have you seen that? Have you
The
seen that?
DVP award. The DVP award. What you got, Spike?
Nick, real quick, have you seen that old That's So Ravens episode where she didn't get hired because she was black and then she had to that's you with I don't give MVPs to black people. Nigga, what is wrong with you?
Bro,
you acting crazy.
If we do the tapes, bro, I'm the biggest Lamar Jackson fan, bro. Yeah. Four of the other QBs on my list are black.
We don't care, bro.
Four of the other QBs.
Hey, look, Nick, I don't know what's worse, your pick or y'all quoting that so Raven on the show, man.
Man. What I was gonna say, Ken, like you said, like you asked me, for Saquon Barkley and focus on the guy that want to pick, he was the most explosive player in the NFL this year. It hurts me. Y'all know how much I hate the Eagles and everything they have to do with to have a running back at quarterback and still be able to do what he did.
Yes.
And rush for that many yards. It hurts me. They were a one-dimensional threat and he was still able to do what he did. Like that's amazing. That's an amazing thing, man. So shout out to him.
All right. So that is it. Those are all of our picks for our individual award winners for the 2025 NFL